Here we go. All right. So here we go. Okay, you're going to have to mute your phones or mute yourself until you speak.
Okay.
I'm waiting for it to jump on my phone. That's that delay, I guess. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we decided to bring some amazing young ladies together from all walks of life. And they're going to actually be telling a little bit about their stories and how they started with paparazzi and how they started with their whole full-time working paparazzi and a little bit some tips and tricks that they may have on building their business. So I'm going to go ahead. My name's Elisa Hernandez, and I've been in paparazzi for 4 years. I am a Maven A-lister. I have a team of a little over 4,100. And this has been amazing. I didn't retire from a job per se. I kind of got fired from a job. That's kind of my early retirement, but it was a blessing in disguise because let me tell you, I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for paparazzi. It has saved me time and time and time again. Not only do I have a lot of health issues, it's crazy. And I come from the accounting background, so I don't know that I knew how to sell anything, but when you love what you do and you love who you do it with, you learn it. So I'm not taking the time. This is all about them. So I want to go ahead and we'll start with, I see Monica first. So we'll start with Monica Vaughn. She can introduce herself and then we'll go Lamira, Lindsay, Naomi. Okay. So go for it, Monica.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So my name's Monica Vaughn. I have been with paparazzi now for a little over 3.5 years. We are a Maven A-lister team. Our team has just about 970-ish people on it now. And a little bit about me, like my background is I was a bartender and a waitress pretty much my whole adult life. I found early on that like you can make better money serving and making tips versus working like a minimum wage job. So like I got to work less and make the same ish money, sometimes a little bit better. My husband is in law enforcement. We have been married now for 23 years. How old is my kid? That's how I have to figure out. 23 years now, and bartender, law enforcement, totally paycheck to paycheck. Like it was normal, right? That's like it was normal. Like we could pay our bills, but I mean, there were some months that were like just kind of scraping by. We never had like a bank account. We never had a savings account. We didn't have like it was like you bought a used car, made payments until it was almost to the end and it was like gonna break down, so then you like swap it for another used car, and just constant payments, just like that's normal, right? Like I thought that was just a normal thing for everybody. I one night saw some girl selling jewelry on Facebook when I was scrolling through Facebook one night, and I was like, what is she doing? What is this? 3.5 years ago. And I watched for a little bit because I was quite intrigued. I love me some big earrings, and she had some really cute earrings, and I was like, oh, those are cute. And I'm watching, oh, that's really cute too. Why is she not saying how much this stuff costs? So I'm watching, and finally I was like, how much are those? Like I was like, didn't want to say anything, but like I typed in, and she's like, oh, everything's $5. And I was like, well, I could do that. Like I could afford me some $5 cute earrings. So ordered like 2 or 3 things, and then I heard her say to somebody else, yeah, it's only $99 to do this, and you get 35 pieces of jewelry. And I was like, 35 freaking pieces of jewelry for $100. Okay, I'm gonna do that. That sounds fun because I have 3 daughters. My daughters now are 20, 21, and 23. So I was like, oh, we'll just share the jewelry, and that'll be like a fun little thing for me and my girls to do. Well, that was the middle to end of October. November 19th, again, I'm bartending. My husband's in law enforcement. And it was my daughter's 18th birthday, and we were walking in a parking lot. We were going to go have her birthday dinner. We had dropped the girls off at the front of the restaurant and said, go get a table. We're going to go park, and then we'll meet you in there. So we park, and my husband and I hold hands, start walking towards the restaurant, and we got hit by a car. And Elisa, do you not know that? We got hit by a car while walking in a parking lot, and my husband rolled off the hood and broke his foot, and I got thrown and hyperextended my hands. And he's in law enforcement, kind of needs his feet. I'm a bartender. My arms were broken. So I had braces on my hands from ear to ear for like 4 months. So we were paycheck to paycheck, now paycheck less. I had to borrow money from my mom and dad at the age of 40 because we couldn't pay our rent, we couldn't pay our car payments. I had 3 children, 3 dogs, you know, the normal thing. And like paycheck to paycheck was so normal for me. I didn't plan ahead. Lack of whatever, you know, but we didn't have money to save, you know, whatever, right? So I remembered, I'm like, okay, I've got this jewelry. I'm gonna see if I could just sell something. Like I was doing yard sale. I was like, what can I sell in my house to make some money to pay my bills? So I started selling this jewelry. And then I was like, all right, well, that actually sold, you know, that was pretty good. I'm gonna buy some more. I'm gonna sell some more. I'm gonna buy some more. I'm gonna sell some more. And I did that, and I kept rolling it, and I kept rolling it, and I kept rolling it. And I never went back to bartending. Never had to go back to work, because when my hands were good enough for me to potentially go back to work, I had built my business enough to where I didn't have to go work anymore. And I had gotten like a part-time job in the middle. So I was like part-time job, school at nighttime, trying to do this business, healing my arms. And I mean, just worked it because I needed it. Like, it wasn't like, this sounds fun, maybe I'll give it a little dabble. Do I want to have lights? Like, I had to make money somewhere. And because I was injured and without, like, I could not work, I just worked as hard as I could. And here I am now. I would say probably within the top 10 or 20 people of the company in sales ish. I don't know. I sell a lot. I sell anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500 pieces of jewelry a week right now. And in paparazzi, we get $2.25 on every single piece we sell. So I'm so thankful for being hit by a freaking car. Going through that was the scariest time in my entire life. You wonder why me? Why would you let this happen? What's going to happen? It was super dark. Like, it was a really tough time in our lives, and God had a plan, and here I am. So thank you for having me.
Go ahead, Lamira.
Okay, I had to unmute. Hello, everyone. So my name is Lamira or Lamira, either one is fine. I started paparazzi in June of 2017, so I'm coming up on my 4-year papaversary. We are a premier producer team. I have a little over 100 team members, and I'm almost Black Diamond. And so I'm excited about that, because my goal was just to hit platinum this year. And here I am at almost Black Diamond. So I'm excited about that. So a little bit about me. My husband and I met in the Marine Corps. We've been married, we've been together 32 years. It'll be 31 years married in November. We have 2 sons and we have 2 grandbabies. So rewind a little bit, born and raised in the heart of DC. At the end of the day, my roadmap was either you're going to be dead, pregnant and on the system, or in jail. There was no other option for me growing up in DC, so I was told. So that's how the Marine Corps came into play, because I needed something to get out of the DC area, because the drugs, the gangs in the mid 80s was starting to get really, really bad. So got into the Marine Corps, most male dominated branch of the service. I didn't have a problem with that. I mean, just to be frank, I fought a lot of men growing up in the heart of DC. So that didn't scare me. That didn't intimidate me. And if I get put in jail for beating you down, then I just get put in jail for beating you down. That was normal for me. That was my environment. So once I got into the Marine Corps, spent 12 years in the Marine Corps, got out, worked various government contracting jobs from TSA to Department of Homeland Security, worked that for a few years, and then went to school, got a bachelor's, got a master's, thought that would make me more marketable, still couldn't find a job, and then ended up working at Costco, and then ended up working at Indian Motorcycle. And so at Indian Motorcycle, I ride motorcycles. I love motorcycles. So I thought that would be like the ideal environment for me. And so it started getting really toxic. First of all, most men feel like this riding motorcycles is not for women. You belong on the back, or you can stay home and have my dinner ready for when I get home. No. So I encountered a lot of discrimination, like blatant discrimination, like to my face. And I said, you know what, I can't. So I went to convention in 2018. And then in 2019, I said, I will not go to another convention and come back working for anyone. And I have been working for someone since I was 16 years old. So of course I got how you think you're going to do that? You never amount to anything. Look what, you had an alcoholic father, your mom worked multiple jobs, your mom and dad are no longer together, just all of the things that you would normally hear from people that you grew up with. When they see you kind of getting into an arena where you're starting to excel, you start hearing all this background chatter. And so I said, you know what, I had to block it out. I had to, because now I have 2 kids. I'm married, the whole 9 yards. So I said, you know what, I can't. I have to get out of this environment. And I think the last straw was when the owner actually told me, we were in a conversation, and he told me, basically, he said, woman, I will slap you. And I said, and I will go to jail because I will kill you. And that was it. That was like the tip of the iceberg. And he said it jokingly. Where I come from, those are fighting words at the end of the day. And I have no, I'm not prejudiced. I will beat a senior citizen down, especially if you threaten to hit me. So I said, you know what, I gotta go because I like my freedom. So long story short, there were different trainings that we would have in our team pages. And we had a team training by Jill Valero, how to profit $2,400 in 60 days. And there's also another one by Taylor Kirby, The Power of 15. So I watched both of those videos, and I felt, for me, the one that I needed to see a lot faster was Jill Valero's, because I needed my husband to see, because I made $500. If I did not sell a motorcycle, I made $551.70 every 2 weeks. That was it. If I sold a motorcycle, and they put parts on there and they added accessories and all that, I could have a check about, $1,500 to $2,000, maybe $2,500. So that was like the max that I had ever made working at Indian Motorcycle. So I needed him to see that I could bring in $600 a week and nothing would get interrupted with what, because he was covering some bills and I was covering the other ones. So I needed him to see that. So I watched Jill Valero's video, like, I don't know how many times, and I took notes and I wrote what I needed to do every single week for that total 8 weeks. And I put my notice in April of last year, and I left June 30th of last year. So I'm actually coming up on a year that I left my full-time job. And now I make in a day what I made every 2 weeks at Indian Motorcycle. And like Monica Vaughn said, we pay $2.75 for our jewelry, and we make a $2.25 profit. And I sell anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 pieces a week. So yeah, so that's my story. And yeah, and what I would like to say too, for people that are watching, I saw my sponsor doing this, and I was like, okay, she has a following, she's in the salsa community. She has all of these different networks, and I have 400 people on my page. There's no way I can do this. What I can tell you, you can look at each one of us and see yourself. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter what your sexual preference is. None of those things matter. The common denominator that all of us have is paparazzi, and it has put us in a position that we no longer have to work for anyone else.
Awesome. Thank you. Lindsay?
Hello. My name is Lindsay Knott. I am a leader of a fashionista team with Paparazzi. We're just under 500. We're trying to hit that 500 mark. I started my business in December of 2017, so it's been about 3.5 years. And I started because my sponsor, Angie, was selling the jewelry on the timeline. I was buying it, and she kept saying, you could do this too. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't sell jewelry. I had all the doubts in the world, and I never signed up. One day I went to pay for my jewelry and my credit card declined, and it was a $9 invoice. And I was so embarrassed to tell this woman that I didn't have $9 in my bank account. And I lied. So I told her that my card got stolen and it was compromised, and just to make myself feel better. But I was so embarrassed. And then after that happened, I made it a point to do whatever I had to do to be able to get that kit and do what she told me to do and change my life the way she was changing hers. So I actually started saving up a little bit of money, and I was supposed to pay a bill. Don't recommend doing this, but instead of paying that bill, I took that $100 and I got my starter kit, and I busted my butt, and it was nonstop. I signed up when I had knee surgery. I broke my knee. So I had my knee in a brace. I couldn't drive. I was still working full time. I didn't go on disability. So I was working 9 to 5, and I have a family. I was going to physical therapy, and I would come home. I would do my live. I would go to physical therapy, send out invoices on the bike, and then come home, package them up. On my lunch break, take them to the post office, and the hustle was nonstop. So about 2 years after signing up, I had been really, really busy. So I didn't really have I kind of skipped my personal life. I don't have an education. I have a high school education. And I was very ashamed of that. I didn't have a college degree. I had no certifications, no training, no other, things that everybody has. I was watching my friends, go to college and graduate and start their families and build these homes. And I don't have that. So for me, I was always taught to work really hard for what you have. I did secretary work. And I know that when I say secretary, I'm downplaying it. I did everything. I was in charge of answering the phones, running the billing, $1 million a month for the agency. I was running up and down hallways. I did everything. So I'm no stranger to hustle. And when I saw the profits start to come in from paparazzi, I was like, I can do this. I can really do this. And I hit Life of the Party Diamond for my very first time. And it was 2 years ago. I went on the Life of the Party Diamond trip, and I said, I can't keep doing this to myself. I can't keep going to work every day. My heart is not there. I love paparazzi and I have the hustle. So can I just stay home? And I pretty much had a nervous meltdown at my diamond trip. And then I made the decision that I was going to leave my full-time job. So I tracked my sales for a good 6 months to make sure that through the ebbs and flows that I was going to have enough money to support my bills and my family and my lifestyle that paparazzi had given me, because before paparazzi, I didn't even have $9. So I went into work one day in October of 2019, and I was supposed to have supervision that day. And I said, before we start, I just want to give you my 2 weeks notice. And he got really red in the face. And he said, are you kidding me? And I said, no, because I don't have any other certifications. Like his mind, where else is she going to go? What is she going to do? And I said, I really want to work on my business and I want to stay home. And it's been since October 2019. I've been working from home. I just messaged him the other day that I was hiring an assistant. And it's a blessing to be able to pay somebody else, and not have to worry about myself. I can bless somebody else's life. And it's been great. I just made sure that my sales were there for those 6 months. And Facebook has been a little difficult for me lately, but I've been rocking my sales, and I usually sell about 1,500 pieces a week, usually 1,500 pieces a week. So We just hit Black Diamond. I'm so excited for that. I was going to push for pink, but I'm like, let me just settle on the Black Diamond and just enjoy that for this year. So yeah, it's just the hustle, the hustle was there for me. I really just had to put it down. And now I'm living a life where I can take my daughter and treat her, not a lavish lifestyle, but if she wants something, I can buy it for her. And it's not, well, let me see what happens with the bills. Let me see if I have the money, and no more worrying if my credit card's going to decline for that $9. So it's a little bit of my story.
Awesome. Thank you, Lindsay, so much. Such inspiring stories, you guys. All right, Naomi.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Naomi. I've been with paparazzi for, I'm going on 2 years this August 16th. It'll be my second year with paparazzi. It's been a crazy but very uplifting journey. I am a premiere director with paparazzi, and we just hit that a couple months ago. Prior to paparazzi, I had been in banking for 27 years. I had worked as in the loan department. I always did all of the paperwork. I was what they call a documentation specialist, and in charge of the department, the girls working as loan processors there. So 27 years of banking. Ugh. I had been through quite a few events in my life, as I'm sure we all have. I had gotten into a very deep depression. I was suicidal. No one knew it. My work family did not know it. My husband did not know it. My family, nobody knew it. And it's not funny, but funny in the sense that usually when somebody is that depressed in that type of dark depression, nobody knows it, because you always try to act happy and just so nobody will ask. But I was in a very dark, deep suicidal depression. I had been watching my sponsor, who had been referred to me by my sister. And I guess they go way back from when they were younger in Chicago. And so I was watching her, and I loved the jewelry. I've always loved jewelry. So I had ordered a piece here and there, and I just loved the jewelry. I loved what she did. It was very comforting. I was laughing. I was smiling. I was wanting to, do my hair that day to wear the jewelry. So it was very life transforming just to be a customer. So I wanted to bring that to other ladies that were in my situation. I wanted to bring that happy 2 hours a night, of fun and laughing and the jewelry. And plus I wanted to get out of corporate America. I was tired of the stress. I was tired of the BS, all that good stuff that you get with working outside of the home. So I joined. I'm very, very shy. And right now I'm like literally shaking. So I'm very shy, and to do a live scared me. It truly did. It took me 3 months to go live, but I did it. So I pushed myself, worked myself into doing it, got it done, and have not been able to stop since. I love it now. It's been amazing. I knew I wanted to quit my job. I wanted to be home. I wanted to work my business, and I wanted to homeschool my daughter. Those two things were a big, huge deal to me. So I worked and worked and worked. I went live 4 times a week. I would do pop-up flash sales. I would post. I would do album sales. I mean, you name it. I would talk to people about, I didn't want to start a team. That I do have to say, not in the beginning. In my coming out of that depression, that's a process. So I knew I couldn't lead people at the time. So I did want to start the business though. So I worked. I would go to bed after midnight. I would wake up at 5 o'clock to get ready to go to work. But every penny that I made from the business went right back into the business. So I made that initial investment in the beginning. I think it was the middle kit, the $299 kit, and everything went back in to my business. I paid the bills with what I was bringing home from the bank. And then my play money from the bank was also put into the business. So I worked very hard in putting everything back in to build the inventory. That was, I spent many of hours watching YouTube training videos from, oh my goodness, anybody out there, because there's so many people out there that have so many amazing training videos. I do recommend for anyone, wanting to quit their full-time job, just start watching videos. There's so much training out there. Reinvest in your business. It is so worth it. It is so worth it. I actually was able to quit after 8 months of joining paparazzi. I was able to bring home a little bit more than what I was making at the bank. So that was a big plus for me. I do homeschool my daughter now. And so my time is spent within, these four walls in here and homeschooling my daughter. So I get to spend more time with her, with the family, and it is amazing. But I do want to put out this quick little, I looked up my numbers. So when I was working full time at the bank, it took me 2,080 hours to bring home $38,000. Okay. 2,080 hours with paparazzi going live 4 times a week. It has taken me 208 hours to bring home $39,483.70. So when you look at it that way, it might only be $2.25 that you profit off of the jewelry. You make so much more, not only just in your finances, but I can tell you, do I still struggle with my depression? Yes, because it is a process. That depression didn't hit me overnight. It was something, for many years that just accumulated. So I am working on that. It's given me the time, the healing time to be able to work on that. It's financially, it's been amazing, amazing. More time with family. And these are just, like I said, 208 hours. These ladies put in a whole lot more hours in doing lives than I do. So, the possibility is there. You are able to do this. You just have to really want it. So if you are out there and you're wanting to clock out for the last time of that, 40-hour-a-week job, you just got to do it. You got to put in the time. You got to want it. You got to be dedicated. You really have to be dedicated, but it is possible. If I can do this, trust me, anybody can. I never, ever, ever thought I would be where I am today. I did start now building a team. So I do have only 8 people. So we're small, we're starting, and we're going to get there one day at a time, one step at a time. And that's my story.
Wow, such inspiring stories. I mean, 8 people, you say only, but they are mighty, mighty people. Let me tell you, that's everybody in paparazzi. So I just want to go ahead and ask one question, or we're going to get to a couple questions, but if somebody can go ahead and just tell us, what does a day look like in your world when you're working paparazzi full time? What does a day look like for you? Anybody?
Do you want us to go in order, do a quick in order?
Whatever.
Kind of thing, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
whoever wanted to.
So my live days are Sunday through Thursday. So that's when I choose to go live. Monday through Thursdays, I do go live 2 times, and then Sundays I only go live once. So like my Monday through Thursday kind of daily schedule is wake up, go get myself some coffee, get some breakfast. I sit on my couch with my computer on my lap, and I'll answer some emails. Then I'll get up, get dressed, throw some clothes on, and come down to here where I go live. Go live for about an hour and a half, and then just hanging out with my customers, and then order some new jewelry, because in paparazzi we get new jewelry 5 days a week, which is like my favorite time of the day, like a love-hate relationship. And I, get some new jewelry because it's like my fun time, right? Like I get to shop 5 days a week. But I mean, it's my money, but it's not my money because I'm going to turn around and like make money off of the money that I spent. So it's kind of like a shopping like thing, right? So I get to shop. And then I help my team and I do things and sit on my couch some more, grab some food. I love that my commute is down a hall. My traffic are my dogs when they stand in front of me. And then I go live again in the evening time. I'll make dinner and stuff in between my live sales, and I get to be home. I don't ever leave my house. And then go live again, and then get done in the evening time, grab food. By that time, my husband's home from work. We sit on the couch, hang out some more, and then go to sleep and wake up and do it all over again. So, it's some work, but I'm going to tell you, like, I might work all day, but there's so many times where it doesn't feel like work anymore to me. And I know this sounds so cliche, but it really doesn't. Like, this doesn't feel like work to me. Like, even though technically this is work, right? But this doesn't feel like work. I didn't have to get dressed, get my car, go clock in somewhere, go listen to what somebody wants me to do, ask if I can take a pee break. Like, when can I take my lunch? Like, I don't have any of that. And like my biggest thing that I say all the time, if I ever had to go back to a regular job, I would be the worst employee ever, because I would not listen to anybody, because I'd be like, no, what I feel like is going to be better, let me tell you, because I've been doing this for myself for so long, like, just move, I got this. You know what I mean? So I can't even fathom going to work for somebody else. So if you're out there right now and like you are thinking about doing this, or you are doing this and you've got a full-time job and you're trying to figure out how you can do both, I'm going to tell you, you just need to hustle. It's possible. Every single one of us have completely different backgrounds, completely different stories. We are at different places in our businesses, but we all made it work because we wanted it and needed it, right? So I'm just going to say, like, is it possible? It is. But my biggest thing that I say all the time is, how bad do you want it? If I told you next year, today, in a year from now, you also could be selling 1,500 pieces, 2,000 pieces a week, but you have to do this, and this every single day for an entire year, 365 days, and it is a guaranteed thing. Would you do those 5 things? I'd do those 5 things. So like we tell, we teach, we train what those 5 things are. You just need to put into your mind that it is a guaranteed thing if I put in the work, because there's no like, oh, dang it, there's no more slots in that position. There's already too many directors, A-listers, fashionistas, iconic impressionistas. There's no more room. They've already, filled all the slots. There are no full slots. Everybody could be at that rank. So if you work hard enough, you could be that elite leader. You could be that Empire Diamond. You could have Crown Club 150. You can have all the things. It's not easy. I don't sit on the couch and eat bonbons and watch every show on Netflix and wonder what else should I watch today. I work. I message. I reach out. I'm going live. I'm helping my team. I'm constantly doing things, but it's for me. It's not for somebody that I just clocked in at. I didn't have to go sit in traffic. My traffic are my dogs in the hallway, and I love it. And I know it sounds like, oh, okay, whatever, but I will shout it from the rooftops. I want this for everybody. I don't care if you're on my team, not on my team, like whatever. Do it. Stop making excuses. Stop thinking that this is something that couldn't work for you. Oh, no, it's because she has a good story and that's why it worked for her. No, it's because I worked, and I still work every single day in every aspect of my business. So anybody could do this. I don't care if you're shy like Naomi. I don't care if you're super outgoing and can talk to a rock like me. I don't care. Like, everybody in between, you're going to find your tribe. You're going to find the people that resonate with you. And I say, I could be nails on a chalkboard to somebody. They could be like, oh my God, I could never watch Monica Vaughn. And that's okay. You might love Lindsay and be like, but I can watch Lindsay and I would love to be with her. So you have to find your tribe. Your tribe will also find you. So whoever you are, heavy, skinny, tall, short, old, young, you're going to find your tribe. And that's what you need to do. You need to work, find your tribe, and just put your nose down and go. So.
Awesome. Right. Mic drop on that one. Okay, we're done. No, I'm just kidding. That is awesome. Monica, you like definitely hit that nail right on the head on that one. All right. So I have a couple questions and then we're going to be good. So one of the questions is what was your biggest challenge when you started your full-time journey? Go for it, Naomi.
With me, my biggest challenge, and I've heard a lot of people say this, is the scared of going live, being scared of talking to people. As shy as I am, I go live. It took me 3 months, so it's okay if it takes you a little, but you will get there. You just have to push yourself. You have to do it. My very first live, I literally cried my eyes out, scared to death, until I hit that live button. And I kid you not, 15 minutes in, I was like, oh, bring it on. Like I enjoyed it. And then I was hooked. So you're always afraid of the unknown because you don't know what to expect, what it's going to feel like. But trust me, if that is one of your fears, that was my biggest fear. And you just have to face it and you'll get through it.
Awesome. Thank you, Naomi. Another question is, and this I think is a big question, like everybody asks this question, how do you get new customers? Anybody? Go for it. Look, Monica's like me. Go for it. Anybody?
Okay, so I try to tell my team and hope that they grasp it, is that if you don't follow Andrea Hutchinson's daily method of operation, that is epic. I'm telling you, it takes the guesswork out of everything. You wake up in the morning and you write down what your focus is for the week. Okay, boom, done. And then you have your quiet time, whatever that is for you, whether it's yoga, listening to YouTube, something inspirational, whatever the case may be. And then you send out, you see those birthdays in your notifications and you respond to those birthdays. And I'm gonna do a sidebar, Fraser Brooks, CPR, comment, post, respond. So that CPR is embedded in the daily method of operation. Now, is this going to happen overnight? No. Is it going to take some work? Yes. Do you have to be consistent? Yes. Are you always going to get people that are going to follow and like and all the things? No, but that should not deter you from following your daily method of operation. That in and of itself, even if you're just joining paparazzi, or if you've been in paparazzi for I don't know how long, you should be following that daily method of operation because it gives you structure for every single day. And you're sending out your friend requests. You're responding to those that, accept your friend request. I'm telling you, if you don't follow that daily method of operation, I promise you, and then get into groups that you have similar things going on. Like I just joined the Audible group. I'm like so hooked on freaking Audible right now. I've listened to one book in 3 days. So I just joined Audible. So I'm doing engagements. I'm not sending out friend requests yet. I'm just getting in there, corresponding. I'm posting what I'm doing, but I'm also in crochet groups. I'm also in American Bulldog group. I'm in cigar groups. So those are how I'm finding new customers. And what I would say, do not go into a group and once you start getting, sending out doing your engagements and then you posting, please do not send someone in that group a friend request and your page does not reflect why you're in that group. Because now they're looking at, oh, she's just in this group to either get me as a customer or either to have me sign up on her team. So if you're in a group with like Elisa with poodles, have something on your page with poodles. If you like, for me with Audible, I'm going to be putting something up there, just finished this book, can you guys recommend? So whatever group you're in, just make sure that your page reflects, because they're going to come looking. They're going to stalk your page. They're going to stalk you. And if they don't see that you're into the things that you're in that group for, then that's a potential customer or business partner that, you know, you have just lost out on. But you just have to be consistent and follow that daily method of operation. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. And the engagement posts, the biggest thing I would say about engagement posts is make sure that you respond to the responses, because now Facebook sees that you are real. You're not an Autobot. You're not, you know, you always see this thing, are you a robot? No, these are genuine people holding a conversation. So now you've responded to that person. So now Facebook's going to say, oh, I'm going to show your things on your page, on their newsfeed, and vice versa. So DMOs, get into groups that you know, of things that you're into. And then when you do those engagement posts or any posts that you do, make sure that you respond to the responses, because that's going to help with your algorithms as well.
Yeah, that was everything in a nutshell, right? That was absolutely amazing. Like DMOs, make sure you have that structure, because again, coming from 9-to-5 mentality, if you don't have somebody telling you what to do, you're going to feel like you're lost. So that's the best way to do it, is DMOs. Okay, so the next question was, when did you find that it was financially possible? Lindsay?
Hi. So I kind of mentioned this earlier, but when I was working full time, I was starting to track what I was selling, and I realized that about probably a year into the business that I could make more money selling this jewelry than working for somebody else if I just had more time. So I started watching my income from paparazzi versus my full-time job. I watched that change, and I sat on that for a very long time because I was so scared to make that leap, as a lot of people are. I was leaving that security of a job that I was blessed to have because I don't have any other education. I have a high school diploma. So I really, really, really tracked that for a long time. And when I realized that I could already make it working at home with what I was selling now, if I gave it more hours in the day, it would just be extra income for me. So I encourage everybody to track their sales and really try to survive on sales. My team commissions are not even something that I use for anything that I need. I use my sales, because that is what I can count on. I can count on myself and my sales. So track your income, track your sales, really follow that Power of 15, Taylor Kirby, Jill Valero is really good, those trainings. And that is what I've done with my business to know that I can sustain myself, you know, working from home. So yeah, just tracking.
Awesome. And that makes total sense, because when you're in this position, remember, we make money 3 different ways. And if you're watching this on an opportunity and you're wondering, how do they make money? We buy the jewelry at $275, which we make $2.25 per piece. Then we also have a website that is endless inventory, right? That paparazzi takes care of. We make 45% off of that. Then we also make money from our teams. Whatever they purchase, we get a percentage of that. So that's not one way, that's 3 different ways that we can make money, which is amazing. There's not a lot of companies out there that pay you 3 different ways. So that's great. All right. So I think that's great. If you can give one tip to the old you, what would that be? Or the you before you start, or when you first started paparazzi, that's what it is. If you can give one tip to you when you first started paparazzi, what would that be?
Start on a business page. You're a business. You need to work off of a business page. Your business page is going to reach more people. It has a better push. I started in a group page because 3.5 years ago, that's kind of what you did. We all had group pages. Nobody really had business pages. And even though my group is public, you have to join the group to comment and post. So people are lazy on Facebook. And if they click into your video and they can't comment, they're just going to swipe away and keep moving. They're not going to try to figure it out and figure, oh, I need to join the group, then I could go. So how many potential people did I miss in the beginning for my first 2 years when I operated solely off of a group? So I wish I would have started on a business page and not a group.
Anybody else?
My tip, one thing I didn't mention was prior to joining paparazzi, I had been watching for a whole year wanting to do this and not being too scared to do it. My advice would be, don't be scared. Don't be scared, because it ain't nothing but a thing. If if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You try something else. If that don't work out, you've got something else to try. There's so many different avenues you can take within paparazzi. There's so many different ways of doing it. We are all different. We all have different stories. We all have different journeys, but it's all pretty much basic. Don't be scared. Don't be scared for any of it.
Perfect. Lamira?
I would tell myself two things. Do not let your past define your future. And that the other thing I would say is understand that anxiety or being anxious is being fearful of something that has not happened. So, and I said though, and the other thing is, don't tell me the sky is the limit when there are footprints on the moon. Okay. I love that by Paul Brandt. I love that quote. And I said that to say, I mean, and everybody's background is different. Everyone's walk is different, but the environment that I grew up in, again, I was supposed to be pregnant and on the system, in jail, or dead. That was the only thing for me. And for those, my mom, if you guys ever meet my mom, she will tell you when Rambo came out, remember that knife that Rambo had in the movie, and it had the serrated edges and it had the compass and the fish hook and all. I carried that around on a daily basis in DC. I had a huge bag. For those of you that are into designer bags, I had an MCM bag, and I carried that knife in that bag on a daily basis because I was on public transportation or either walking from one place to the next. Female by herself in the heart of DC, that was my protection, because we didn't have guns and all that stuff back then. Well, they probably did, but they wasn't a big thing. So to go from that and then to hear the chatter, oh, you ain't supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to be owning this. You're not supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to be doing that. Put your blinders on. I know you guys hear it all the time. Put your blinders on. And so Monica Vaughn, I already told Monica Vaughn I'm a stalker. She knows I watch her. So I watch her because there are a lot of similarities. She uses comment sold. I use comment sold. She's Empire Diamond. I want to be Empire Diamond. So look at those ladies and copy the right cat. Follow that person that you want to be like. Monica Vaughn is going live twice a day, almost every day during the week. I bump my lives up to do the exact same thing. But I had to put my blinders on. You're always going to have those moments where you're going to feel like I'm not worthy. This is not for me. Where's my support system? You are your support system. Entrepreneurship is a lonely road sometimes. And there are going to be times where you feel like you're all by yourself, but you have to look at the bigger picture. I mean, you really have to look at the bigger picture. And if you're fearful, what are you fearful for? What has happened? Why are you fearful to make that first step? That's what I would say. Why are you anxious? Why are you, and I'm not, I know a lot of people have a lot of anxiety about different things, but I got that from Bishop Jakes and from one of the videos that I was watching. Anxiety is nothing but being anxious over something that has not happened, period. And when you tell me I can't make this, or you tell me I can't make that, guess what? Don't tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon. If you would have told me last year when I left my job in the midst of the pandemic that I would be a six-figure sales earner, I would have told you were crazy. So I'm telling you, you guys can do this. You can do it. You just have to make up in your mind. You have to get out of your own way, follow the right people, and you got this. You got this.
That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Lindsay?
Yes, that was nice. My advice would be with blinders, but for my own success. I had let other people's journeys and paths get in my way. We all have setbacks. I had a lot happen recently, and I didn't follow my own advice, and things got in my way. And I'm not going to cry, but I've lost friendships. I've lost a lot because I was too focused on what everybody else was doing. When you sign up to do this business, you're signing up for yourself. So wherever your journey takes you, have faith in yourself and have faith in your journey. If somebody else's journey takes them to the moon, be happy for that person, because that's their journey. That's what's supposed to happen for them. And just trust the process, but give it everything you have. And when you lay down at night, just know that you gave it everything that you had in your power to give it. And if you did that, then you've done everything you can do. But do not let somebody else's success tear your self-worth down. I have on my phone, I have 2 affirmations on here: progress over perfection. As soon as I open my phone, I see that. And the second one says, I am worthy. We need to remember those things. So we're worthy of our own journeys. We're worthy of our own successes. And we need to remember that. Like, I am me, I am myself, and I am so proud of where I am. And I'm still proud of everybody else for where they are. And that is how, we have to remember. So that is what I would tell myself.
Ladies, I just first want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm proud of you all because you guys absolutely have impacted my life in some shape or form. But thank you so much for allowing us to come together and do this for everybody else. And if I was able to tell something to my old self, was build your confidence. Build your confidence. Know that you're worthy. Know that you're deserving. Know that God has put us to be abundantly blessed. He didn't limit it. He didn't say, but here. He just said abundant. That just means overfall. That just means everything is going to come out of the woodwork. And you're going to be like, how in the heck did that happen? Just know that you deserve it. You deserve it. Stop doubting yourself. Stop putting the limitations on yourself, and know that you deserve it. That's what I would tell the old me, because, sometimes we go through life and wonder, why me? Why can't I do that? Or why can't this happen to me? Or why do I see her succeed and I'm not succeeding? Because you're putting your own limits. You're not believing in yourself. That's why. So start with believe in you and know that anything is possible. So I love you guys. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys out there, I hope you guys got something out of it, because I know I've learned a lot today. And you know what? The sky is the limit, but and then some, right? And then some. The sky is the limit, and then some, right? I love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your Saturday. Bye.